My name is Naila Amin, and I'm a survivor of a child forced marriage. I grew up in Astoria, Queens, and I went back on a trip to Pakistan. And in this picture, I was 8 years old, and that's when I found out I was engaged. At 13, I was Islamically married to him. I was brought back to the U.S., started high school like a normal person. I met a boy. My father found out. He didn't like it, beat me. I entered foster care, and when I entered foster care, I was running away a lot. I did not like the way of living there. No one was culturally competent enough, and I ran away back home. My father was like, you know what, let's just go to Pakistan and take you back, and you age out over there, and at 18 you'll come back. Little did I know that was a marriage trap. I turned 15 in Pakistan, and January 5th 2005 came along, and that's the day that I lost my soul. I had to marry my first cousin. I had just turned 15. I knew nothing, and next thing you know, I'm a wife. I was living with my enemy. This was the second day of my wedding, and it's the day I basically lost my soul. I lost all hope, and I was ready to just slowly start to rot and die inside. He took my cell phone away. He took my passport away. I wasn't allowed to listen to certain music. I couldn't wear certain clothes. He knew I had kidney stones, so he would feed me tomatoes for a week straight, so the acid would build up and I would have more pressure, and it was a way of punishment for me. I was basically raped every night, and I just couldn't take it anymore. I tried to drink bleach and kill myself, but I just couldn't do it. I try to eat pellets for their like wheat poison. But I couldn't find the strength in me. I knew I couldn't go out like this, and I decided that I was gonna somehow get out of this. I begged my mother to take me home, and she said, "This is your home. I can't take you home. This is your home." My own mother. I ran away on the 10th day. I just could not take it anymore. I ran away. I took all my gold, my wedding gold. I took all my money, and I ran away. I got in a horse and carriage because I live in a village about 3 hours away from the embassy. This is my bridal dress. This is the veil that I used on the 10th day of my marriage to escape, and I basically put it on, and I covered my face so nobody in the village would recognize me, and I ran away, and I got to the city of Islamabad. And it was 2005. The Taliban were out and about. I was scared to death. I didn't want to go to a taxi and say, "Hey, can you take me to the U.S. Embassy?" Because I could have gotten robbed for gold money. They could have killed me. I didn't know who they were. So I called an uncle. And when I called that uncle, he convinced me to come back and say everything was going to be okay. We got there. My husband came and met us there. He jumped out of the car, and my cousins with AK-47s. And I looked at my uncle. Luckily, I had given him my Child Protective Services caseworker's number and said, "I'm going to die today in an honor killing, so you call her and tell her to stop wasting manpower on looking for me, because this girl that's missing in New York is here in Pakistan dead." I was ready to die that day. My uncle called Child Protective Services, and the State Department was able to get me out. I got a second chance, but how many more Nailas are we going to sacrifice? This picture is from January 5th, 2005, the day I had to go live with him. He's sitting right here in the middle. And I don't feel anything when I look at it anymore, because I forgave him for everything he did to me. And I don't know why I still have the picture. I guess just to remind myself that I'm a survivor. And I still keep it to just look at it sometimes and realize how lucky I am that got out, because there are so many girls that have not got out, like Amina and Sarah Saeed, who lost their lives in Texas in 2008. We in America, right here in our own backyards, are alone. This is happening to the girls right around us. It could be the girl right next door. It could be the girl in the store selling you stuff. You never know who's going through what. I'm starting the first group home ever for underage girls escaping forced marriages. Us girls in America here are doing it alone. I did it all by myself. When I was in foster homes, there was no cultural competency. Nobody even knew what arranged marriage was. And I want to be that home for these people, for these young girls, because CPS won't take them if they're not 18. And I want to do that for these girls. I want to teach them that they don't have to succumb to a life of slavery. We should pass that bill in New York City, which raises the minimum age to 18, even with parental consent. And I think a time has come for a change. I cannot do this alone. I need your help. I need everybody's help. This is a movement. I alone cannot do it. And we have to end this atrocity that's happening right here in our own country, in America. I did it alone. Please don't let these other girls do it alone.